Hello everybody and welcome to AM Vintage. It's good to have you back. Today we're going to do something kind of interesting. We're going to go through newspapers that came out shortly after Elvis passed. We have some of the local Memphis papers, and then we have papers from different parts of the country. We also have some tabloids. We have the Rolling Stone magazine that came out shortly after Elvis passed. And yeah, I thought it would be kind of interesting to go through some of those with you. And yeah, I hope you enjoy. So let's get started. Now, I was born in 1979, so I never got to live when Elvis was alive. I never got to breathe that sweet Elvis air. But this is the Memphis Press Cemetery. A lonely life ends on Elvis Presley Boulevard. Now this, I'm pretty sure, is a copy of the original paper. I have some originals somewhere. But this one seems a little bit too clean to be an original. But this is what the back looked like. You see all the flowers. You see when Elvis was first buried, they put him in this mausoleum at Forest Hill Cemetery in Memphis. But they had to move his body because of attempts to steal the body. It was just security was too hard, to keep at the cemetery, so they had his body moved to Graceland. But here's a little side note. The most flowers ever sold in the United States, I believe, was the day after Elvis died. But there we go. That's one of Memphis's papers. Let's look at another one. The Commercial Appeal. That's the one I'm more familiar with. Here's the Memphis Commercial Appeal. Okay. Death captures crown of rock and roll. Elvis dies apparently after heart attack. Okay. The back cover. Recent efforts indicate King still made magic with his music. Okay, so that's the Commercial Appeal. August 17th, 1977, the day after Elvis passed. Okay, this one is pretty cool for me because it is the Daily Courier News. Okay, this paper is from Elgin, Illinois, and that's my hometown. Millions mourn death of Elvis. Elgin is a suburb of Chicago. There you go. Elginites recall the quiet side of first rock star. Very cool. And then the back side. Rick Cicito. It's too hard to believe. And Rick Cicito was one of the first Elvis impersonators out of Chicago. But yeah, that is the Elgin paper, Elgin, Illinois. Millions mourn death of Elvis. Next, we're going to move on to Milwaukee. Rock King Elvis Presley dies. August 17th, 1977. Okay. Nothing really on the back about Elvis. But there we go. Here's another Milwaukee paper. The Milwaukee Journal. It's hard to see anything about Elvis unless you look really close. There you go. Singer Elvis, dead at 42. I think they could have done a better job with their cover. But there you go. Next, St. Paul. And this is, let's see, August 20th of 77. Elvis's death sparks marketing mania. St. Paul, Minnesota. All right. It's an interesting cover. What do we have next? Rochester, Minnesota. Elvis Presley fans gather to mourn. This is August 17th, 77. You can see the fans at the gate. All right. These are neat. Okay. I don't know if you could tell, but these are tinted green. It's called the Green Sheet, and they're from the Milwaukee Journal. What does this one say? Movies, mansion became new parts of Elvis's life. And this one is September 1st, 77, Milwaukee Green Sheet. Here's another Milwaukee Green Sheet, August 29th, 77. Here's another green sheet, August 31st, 1977. September 3rd of 77. September 3rd of 77 again. Here's a December 14th of 81. Seems like the Milwaukee Journal really liked to print stories about Elvis. This one is December 19th, 81. And they just keep on going. I don't think I need to show you all of them. Let's move on to some tabloids. Okay? Well, this first one's not really a tabloid, but this is from 77. People Special. I'm not sure if this is one of those magazines that they would give away in a newspaper. It kind of looks that way. Elvis died from loneliness. There's the back. All right, it's a nice cover. You guys remember these tabloids? The Examiner. Elvis lives on. It seems like after Elvis died, for about 10 years, he was on the tabloids every single day. There goes the mystery train. There's the back cover. All right. That's the Examiner. How about the Midnight Globe? The truth behind the legend. This is September 13th of 77. Okay. Seems like this is before the Elvis is still alive rumors started. How about this one? The Star, September 6th, 1977. Elvis, What Happened? Very nice photo of Elvis. And on the back, it's this handsome fellow smoking some Salems. I prefer this guy. All right. There we go. What do we got next? Another Star. The Family Album. Okay. I always enjoyed that photo shoot. Elvis in the chair with his cane. Very cool. All right. How about this one? Oop, now we're getting into 1979. Okay. I have tons more of these that I could show you in another video, but these are just the ones that I pulled out. Okay. Elvis Uncensored, the never-before-seen pictures that Colonel Parker banned. Now, I guess Colonel Parker didn't want you to see Elvis kissing that girl in the hallway, huh? All right. Moving on. Moving on. Sounds like an Elvis song, doesn't it? Look at Elvis with that hat. Very cool. Looks like something that somebody probably gave him while he was on stage, and he said, you know what, I'm going to put it on. Show it off. Very nice. This is 1979, April 10th. All right. Moving on. Okay, next, the Rolling Stone. The Rolling Stone magazine. Okay, I have several copies of this, but for some reason the one that I found is the copy that got wet. But let's just pretend we don't see that. Here's the Rolling Stone. I could be wrong, but this was one of the first times, I believe, that they printed a cover where they didn't have writing all over it. They just wanted that photo of Elvis. No other advertisements about what's in the magazine. Just a tribute to Elvis. And this is when Rolling Stone was still in that newspaper form. You know, it's not the shiny, glossy Rolling Stone that we see today. But yeah, there it is. Very nice picture of Elvis on the cover. All right. The video is almost coming to an end, folks. Don't worry. I'm not going to overload you with Elvis newspapers. We got a part 2 coming later on for that, okay? I thought this was pretty neat. Minneapolis Tribune, little TV guide that they had in their newspaper. All right, October 2nd through the 8th, 1977. There's the king. And then last but not least, I thought this was interesting. That's not Elvis. That I believe is Rick Cicito, who's one of the first impersonators to become, you know, kind of famous. But what I thought was interesting about this, you see it says Chicago's Elvis imitators. Sneering, shaking, and faking for $10,000 a week. Well, what's interesting about this is this came out July 24th, 1977. So this came out before Elvis passed away. I just thought it would be interesting to show you because, you know, the impersonators were out there, or the tribute artists, whichever you'd like to call them. They were out there doing their thing before Elvis passed. Pretty interesting. All right, everybody. We've come to the end of the video. I really appreciate you watching. I hope you like. I hope you subscribe. And look for part 2 coming sometime in the future. Thank you. Thank you very much. Adios.